on a bus tour today and we're going around Tuscany. So the first stop is Pisa, which is where we are now. And we're going to San Gimignano. And after that we'll be in Siena. So we've got a few more stops and I'm excited because all the rest of the days we've been walking around like crazy. So it's nice to like be on a bus for an hour, then explore, and then be on a bus for an hour and then explore. So good day ahead. Oh. So we are finishing up in Pisa right now. Look, I think you can maybe see it behind me. No, you can't. Not right now. I'll show you in a second. We saw Leaning Tower of Pisa and then we went into a few of the other buildings in this like beautiful square area. Oh, there it is. That's the Leaning Tower. I'm amazed at how much Italy charges for like every little thing. Like I've never experienced this in any other place I've traveled to. They charge you to do absolutely everything. It's crazy. To go into a church is normally free, but in order to go into this church right there, you have to buy tickets to go into that building or like one of the other buildings. Even though technically it's free to go into the church, they just make you buy other things in order to have a ticket to go in. But it was nice, it was beautiful. I've noticed that Pisa is very different from Florence, like not good or bad. It's just funny that it's so different even though it's only a 1 hour drive. Cutest town in the whole wide world, and it's called San Gimignano, and I learned how to pronounce it because the last clip I did not pronounce it correctly. This is so steep right now. This is the next stop on our bus tour and we are just walking around enjoying these sweet little fairy tale streets of cobblestone and brick buildings. There's like no cars, it's pretty much only pedestrians because the roads are just so narrow. We got gelato at a place that's won like global awards for best gelato. I have to say it was really good, but I don't know if it's the best I've ever had. We had some really good gelato in Florence the other night, and there's this place in Portland, Maine that is my favorite gelato place in all the world. Might also be because it's slightly sentimental, but it's my favorite. But it was really, really good. If you are ever in the neighborhood of San Gimignano, then stop by. San Gimignano? Frick, I don't know if I can pronounce it correctly anymore. Refer back to the last clip to see me pronounce it correctly. San Gimignano. It is a completely walled city from the Roman times. Not only does it have the cute interior, the Roman walls, but it also has this view of Tuscany because it's on a giant hill. So it's just kind of like the perfect place. So that's whatever he's doing. best Italian lunch. It was so good. And a wine tasting at a vineyard. And now we are heading to our next stop, which is Siena. Look at this view. We are in the last stop of the day, which is Siena. We've been here for about an hour. We did a walking tour, which was amazing. The streets here are just so beautiful. It's like literally what you think of when you think of like a medieval town or village. It's so cool. Everything is all brick and narrow, and it oddly reminds me of the Netherlands, which is where I studied abroad, like the little narrow streets there. Weirdly, it's like super dead here. Like there's no one walking around except for the people that were on our tour with us. It just seems like no one lives here. Like everyone is gone, and that's just so different from all of the other cities that we went to, like Florence. It has so many people. It's like so alive and bustling. It just seems like we have the city to ourselves, which is kind of cool, but it's just odd because it's so different from all of the other places that we've been in Italy so far. The drive here was so beautiful, and we're learning about the history, and like this building right here, this palace, is from the year like 1300 or something. The cathedral is from the year 1200. It's just so cool to see all of these old things. I love old stuff. And it just has such good vibes. Like I feel so comfortable at home. Everyone is so friendly and nice, and it makes it just so enjoyable. It's been such a nice day, and today has been go go go, but it hasn't been stressful because everything's been done for us because we're on a tour. So I feel like today has been the chillest day we've had, even though it's been long. We've done a lot. It's just so nice having everything planned out for you. You don't have to think about anything, you just show up and then it's happening. So totally recommend doing this tour. Every year they have a giant horse race in this square, like literally just within this area, and the horses race on this solid gray part, and then the thousands of people go in the middle there. They have the race because there are 17 districts in Siena. They have 17 horses that race, and it's a way for them to like be competitive and see who has the best horse.